Ooh. Okay, let's look at the evidence first. Well, well, well. Hello, Heather Campbell. Hello, Heather Gardner. Police have gone in with an automatic answer. Ruth said that she, well, got it from Pretty. Kind of inferred that's what she was getting at. Familiar, friends with them. But she's also in critical condition. Now, she would have been frozen in the window. What was the word she used? She was it stagnant? Well, if you're shocked by being seen, she had to hurt herself. Just a heads up that Ruth positively identifies Caleb on a suspect sheet at this point. No S. Still talking to the IT nerds to sort out the bugs with the database for you. We'll send an update when I can. Okay, Captain O'Shea. I have questions.
What? You don't know? I thought officers in your profession were meant to have their ear to the ground.
Which is why you're so useful, man.
Abreast of what is happening in their communities. Well, no surprise here. Natalie had a tryst with her neighbor, Craig.
There we go.
Mrs. Morgan and her had been feuding for decades, ever since going to school together.
Mrs. Morgan and her? Go girl.
No surprise here. Natalie had a tryst with her neighbor, Craig. Apparently, Mrs. Morgan and her...
Who's Natalie? I'm so... Wait a minute, no. Natalie had a tryst with her neighbour.
With her neighbor,
Craig. So he cheated. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be a twist. Usually we get the straight affair.
Apparently, Mrs. Morgan and her had been feuding for decades.
Feuding.
Ever since going to school together.
Okay.
These sort of competitions between women can really get out of hand.
Well, what else do you know about the affair?
Not much else to tell. It had been going on for years. It was quite obvious to most.
Did they get divorced? Is that why the house looks like that?
Well, I don't know. It was their looks. No, there was obviously something going on.
No other proof?
Well, no. Besides seeing her come and go to the house. But everyone knew. It's common knowledge. Just last week I saw her walking over carrying what looked like cookies.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Oh, these policemen. Okay. I'm so irritated. Okay. You ask for information. Don't belittle the people that are giving you it. No information on Natalie. Mrs. Morgan? Affair. I searched Craig, didn't I? You'd? Okay. Doesn't talk about the sketch? Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay. What else have I written down? Search Kaylee. Did I search Electrical Storm? I feel like I may have. Interesting. 202.
Strange day.
Strange couple of days.
Yeah. Can't say I've worked many cases like this one.
Yeah.
It's not making it any easier with the technical problems we're having.
The equipment being on the fritz?
Yeah. It's like, I just wish one thing would go at least right on this case.
Things are going all right.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I guess. You think these electrical problems are normal?
What do you mean?
I mean, it's just kind of odd that they didn't happen before.
Yeah, I think it's more of a case of the weather we've been having this week, but I agree. All this stuff's been happening since we picked up that Caleb guy. We know what he gets up to.
Yeah, but he seems in a daze too. Definitely what he's saying isn't too reliable. But I hope that everything we recorded is okay. We can go over the footage.
Sure.
Let's make a point to do that.
See? There goes again. Who knows what the spotty powers cause our electrical systems to do? Could have the occasional tech issue.
Like a glitch? If the recording's too messed up, we can still talk to them while they're here. Or we can bring them in again.
I guess, yeah. Let's work with what we have now, though. We can look at the tape later. I'm sure it's fine.
Glitches can be pretty weird too.
Yeah.
You ever slow a glitch down in a video? Most of the time it's nothing. But every once in a while,
Every once in a while.
it messes with your head.
Can't say I've had that
Interesting.
experience.
Is that a hint? Suck. Don't do that to me. Really? Don't tell me that I've got to look at the glitches in slow motion. I have to now. You can't... When did he have a seizure? Which video? Oh, hello.
Did you ever have a young guy named Caleb come to your store? Or know anyone in town with that name?
No. I don't think so. I get a lot of people in my shop that were very busy.
He likely shares similar interests as yourself.
But we don't all know each other.
No.
No.
How
Presumptive.
about a guy named Colby?
No.
How about a guy
See, this is what they're going to keep getting me to do now.
named Colby?
No. No, I don't think so.
No.
No. Should I?
Ruth is fascinating. So far, she's my favourite character. She said myth, didn't she? Out of interest, rumour? Oh. People spell rumour like that? I don't even know. Do I need more than one word? I don't understand why so many don't have anything. It's freaking frustrating. Here we go.
Do you own any hats?
That's an odd question. Yes, I do.
Witch's hat?
Do you mind if we take a look at them?
No, go right ahead. Not sure how a hat will help you in your investigation.
Let's get someone over there to look at these hats.
No, 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 no. What happened there?
Do you
Did
own
I do
any
that?
hats?
That's an odd question. Yes, I do.
Do you mind if we take a look at them?
No, go right ahead. Not sure how a hat will help you in your investigation.
Let's get someone over there to look at these hats.
Are they trying to tell me it's Neo from the Matrix? Oh my god, his death becomes her! Oh, I knew I recognised her. It's Goldie Hawn when she's older. Why are we asking her if she has a hat? What? I still want to know more about Terry, man. Seriously? Who the heck is Terry?
Yeah.
I don't remember being at that house ever.
Why did I have a feeling you would say that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not doing anything.
I don't remember being at that
Oh,
house
wait a minute.
ever.
No, wait. What?
Yeah. I don't remember
It's such a weird
being
glitch.
at that house ever.
Why did I have a feeling you would say that?
That's Alana Morgan's house.
Oh, that was weird.
Why did I have a feeling you would say that?
That's Alana Morgan's house, where the killings took place.
Seems like a nice house.
Who the heck is he
Or it
looking
was
at?
some point.
The Morgans are on their way out here from the city. They're devastated, as expected.
Yeah, I can't imagine what the drive is like for them right now.
Okay. Wow, there's loads.
Honestly, the house looked perfectly fine in some ways. Probably how it looked before the attack, and other areas look like complete war zones. It seems like it could have been some psychotic
Or personal.
That was different.
some psychotic.
The heck is that?
Or personal grudge.
And it's not like we noticed anything obviously missing.
Or could have been a robbery.
I mean, there's still debate amongst the officers about how this whole thing could have happened. You know, the timeline.
What even happened?
The basic logistics, how the killer did all of that to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Or killers.
I said that.
We've gone over the preliminary timeline of events based on the coroner's findings and our own. This is subject to change, of course. Basically, we're ruling out robbery now since nothing seems to be missing. Still could have been an attempted, though. Okay, so we think the intruder came into the house in the front. And this could be anywhere between 12 and 4 a.m. since the bodies have been dead for several hours when we arrived this morning. Maybe even later. We think. I mean, we know most of the students were in the back in the living room when the initial attack began. Forensics so far hasn't helped much, which is odd considering they're supposed to be the national experts from Seattle.
Most
Maybe not.
were in the living room.
There was a lot of blood in that room. The window shattered, indicating it was quite physical. There could have been a confrontation in the front room, where we found the broken lamp and a victim or victims that fled to the living room. Maybe someone even walked in on the attack. It's unclear why or if Heather was spared intentionally, but she survived, thank God. It's possible she was left for dead, or the attacker was interrupting during the attack and fled. No other witnesses have come forward thus far and have almost completely blanketed the neighborhood and local communities appearing for help.
Tell us more about the area. Maybe something we're not thinking about. The neighborhood? The house? Do you happen to see anyone else out on your walk?
No. The street is more or less empty of people now. Everyone's away. All but maybe 3 of the houses are empty. But yes, the houses have an interesting history.
Tell me more.
Well, it's not the houses' histories, per se. The houses in the area are quite average by today's standards and typical of other neighborhoods here. They're small houses, quaint. But it was just fun. The land is important, as you know. Why I talk of values. The neighborhood was built at the turn of the century. Oh, the last century. And before that it was farmlands. Settlers, homesteaders, like I mentioned, came from all across Europe. My grandmother and my father owned that tract of land from the top of the hill, where the neighborhood is now, all around Dangling Rock and right down to the bay past Ascension Point. About 150 years ago, he began selling off parcels there to farmers and others, and eventually then to develop neighborhoods. My house is the last of the original farmhouses, still standing strong. The Morgans and the Bergstroms all still have original houses right on our same street. And although their houses happened to be built a few years later on property my family sold off. My grandfather didn't have much land left by the time he sold the area their houses are now, but most of the land went to the Bergstrom family, who'd already become wealthy because of the timber trade on the peninsula. Such a different time. How families can rise and fall from grace. The Bergstroms are all but gone now, apart from their daughter, Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the Morgans had their daughter, Alana, and relatives across the country, I believe.
You seem quite proud to live where you do.
I feel a certain connection to it. I've always taken care of it.
Every place needs a caretaker.
Oh, yes. I am the caretaker. All the way from Ascension Point on down.
Bless her. At least it makes her happy. Whatever. Okay, we've got a map of the area. Good. I can't read any of it, but that's fantastic. I can't read that, dude. This sucks. How is this useful to me? Okay. She said Ascension Point. Where the heck is that? Wasting my time, dude. Okay. Interesting.
Natalie. Natalie sounds familiar, but no.
Interesting.
Yes, interesting.
Natalie. Natalie sounds familiar, but no.
Interesting.
What was your relationship like with the Morgans?
Oh, I was close to the parents. Craig's parents. Alana's grandparents. Before they passed on. I get along great with Craig and Alana and his current wife.
Current wife?
Yeah.
Claire?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, they're fine. They come and stay for a weekend or week here and there, and that's about it. It's their vacation home now. Their main residence is back in the city. But I'm not sure how often they'll come here in the future.
I couldn't imagine living in a place where something like that happened to my family.
Yes, that. And they had been fighting recently also.
Things weren't going well with them.
No, sadly not.
Anything you can help us with?
Well, I'm not one to gossip, but that hussy down the block seemed to spend an awful amount of time there when Mrs. Morgan was away.
Natalie.
So you think they were commingling?
Perhaps.
And this is who? Natalie Bergstrom, your neighbor.
Yes, we go way back. So,
That cut out.
you do know.
Well, we hear things time to time.
You know, our families were good friends in the past.
So why were they taking the mick out of her if they're saying that they had heard of it?
First one's on the land, but only she survived, and everyone in the neighborhood knows what she gets up to. Her husband died and left her considerably more well off, so she thinks she can do as she pleases. I tried to stay away from all the details, but I know how people like to gossip.
Well, let's see if we can get
She's
someone
so
to find
good.
Natalie Bergstrom. Might have some additional info.
That was an interesting, Okay, so I typed Natalie and nothing came up. What if I put her whole name? Nothing. Interesting.
Next up, your craft. What else we got? Nice one. Oh yeah. How could I overlook this? Now, that's a large knife. What are you doing with this?
Self-defense.
Never seen that. It's not mine.
He's homeless.
Right. I want you to submit this and run a test on it too. Send it to forensics and see what they say. This doesn't look good. Drugs. Doesn't look good too. Right.
Is he joking? He's not wearing gloves and he's handling evidence. What a twat.
Right. I want you to submit this and run a test on it too. Send it to forensics and see what they say. This doesn't look good. Drugs. Knives.
Keywords.
We'll need a swab kit, please, for hands again.
Well, what is it?
Again.
Is it the smoking gun detective?
Actually, no. It's the blood test results of the knife. Inconclusive status. Not seen that before.
Let me see that. What's that mean? No blood.
RSID came up negative, and Hematrace did too.
Let's run it again. Or try the luminol.
The tests they did were more accurate, but we can run it again.
Maybe the machine's broken. Or send it to Seattle. They have better equipment there.
We can try that. They also did a general ID test, and it says foreign matter unidentified for 14 to 32 substances found on the knife. The rest are dirt, fibers, foodstuffs. No blood.
Yeah,
Unidentified.
let's run it again just to be sure. Let's get this guy back to do our wellness exam. Is someone here to check him out and swab him down? You can refuse to do one voluntarily, sure, but things are a little different now that you're under arrest, pal.